A very good afternoon to all of you. My topic, today's topic is emotional quotient is must for a happy life. म्हणजेच भावनिक बुद्ध्यांक हा गरजेचा आहे का आनंदी राहण्यासाठी. Can you imagine your life is without emotions like love, joy, fear, sadness, surprise and anger? Obviously no. Because we are human beings and we are more concerned to our emotions. Without emotions, it is very difficult to survive. The outline of my talk is what is emotional intelligence, what triggers me to choose this topic, what are the different components, how it is useful in the daily life, what happens if it is lacking, how we can improve, and what are the future challenges of low EQ. Most of my topic has covered by Dr. Job sir and in the workshop. But those who are not attended the workshop and some of the important points regarding this EQ in a pediatric age group. One question I want to ask you all delegates, how many of us are aware of our own EQ? Anyone is aware before this conference or before this workshop? Very less people. Why? Because we are giving more importance to our IQ and not EQ. And the most of the time there are no, at any time there are no marks for the EQ. So many times in our daily routine life, we are not asking what is the EQ of that is child. डॉक्टर उदगीरकर सरांच्या मुलाला किती मार्क पडले, डॉक्टर महेंदरकर सरांच्या मुलांना किती मार्क पडले, कुठे नंबर लागला. डेली वी आर हॅव्हिंग that much of conversations. Before discussing the emotional intelligence, we should know what is emotions. Emotions are the mental state which are brought down by neurophysiological changes and associated with the thoughts, feeling, behavioral responses and degree of pleasures and the displeasures. What are the different key elements for the emotions? First, there is a subjective experience, means there is a thought in your mind. Second, which causes the physiological response in the form of high BP, low BP, tachypnea, tachycardia, and which causes the behavioral or expressive response. What are the different types of basic emotions? As we already know in the workshop, the 6 basic types of emotions like happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, and the surprise. This is very interesting. What triggers me to choose this topic? These are the 4 stories of my patients or my close relatives or friends. These are just tip of iceberg. Names have changed. 6-year अर्णव हा 6 वर्षाचा मुलगा आहे. दोन बहिणीनंतर जन्मलेला आहे. आई वडिलांनी लहानपणापासून खूप हट्ट केलाय, मागेल ती वस्तू दिलेली आहे. त्याला जर वस्तू मिळत नसेल तो सगळ्यांना मारायला सुरू करतो घरामध्ये. त्या दोघी बहिणी इतक्या वैतागल्या आहेत की त्या आई वडिलांना सांगतात की एकतर ह्याला घरात राहू द्या, नाहीतरी आम्हाला घरात ठेवा, नाहीतरी आम्हाला हॉस्टेलला ठेवा. दिस इज अ वन स्टोरी. सेकंड, 12 years मानसी. 12 वर्षाची मानसी आहे. प्युबर्टल एजच्या जवळ आहे. वडिलांचा आणि आजी आजोबांचा खूप लाड आहे. एकमेव व्यक्ती अशी घरात आहे की आई, तिला असं वाटते कुठेतरी चुकतायत, आजी आजोबा कुठेतरी चुकतायत किंवा वडील कुठेतरी चुकतायत, आणि ती मुलीला सांगण्याचा प्रयत्न करते की बाळा हे चुकीचं आहे किंवा हे बरोबर आहे. पण त्या मुलीला ते अजिबात आवडत नाही आणि ती आईचा इतका तिरस्कार करायला लागली आहे की बघ तू मला काही देत नाहीस ना, मला सारखं टोकत असतेस ना, बघ तुला मी कसं रडवते आता ते. थर्ड स्टोरी इज 17 years अथर्व हा 17 वर्षाचा मुलगा आहे. त्याला काहीच देणं घेणं नाही घरात काय चाललंय. त्याच्या आईला पॅरालिसिस झालेला आहे. एकदाही त्याने आईला विचारलं नाही की आई कसं वाटते किंवा कशामुळे झाले, मी तुला मदत करू का, मी हॉस्पिटलमध्ये येऊ का. त्याला काहीच भान नाही, घरात कोण काय करते त्याला काहीच नाही. त्याला आपलं बरोबर जेवायला मिळालं, टीव्ही पाहायला मिळाली किंवा त्याला मोबाईल पाहायला मिळालं, तेवढं त्याचं जग आहे. 22 years कल्पेश हा जो मुलगा आहे त्याला मी लहानपणी when he was child आय हॅड सीन हिम, ही वॉज व्हेरी इनोसंट. पण 5 वर्षापूर्वी मला पेपरमध्ये न्यूज समजली की त्याने त्याच्या आईचा खून केला आहे. These all are true stories which happens in middle class well cultured family. And along with this, तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती असेल 2 दिवसांपूर्वी लातूरच्याच एका शाळेमध्ये 9 वर्षाच्या मुलीने सुसाईड केलेले. आणि सेकंड आपल्यालाच माहिती आहे की लास्ट इयर जो सांगली डिव्हिजनमध्ये नीटमध्ये पहिला आला होता, केएममध्ये सेकंड इयरला होता आणि त्यांनी सुसाईड केले. व्हॉट इट शोज? It shows our young generation, they are very smart in managing the advanced technology, but they are not able to manage the emotions, and that's why the depression, anxiety and suicidal attempts or suicidal tendencies are increasing in the community day by day. 1 in every 5 children are suffered from psychological disorder. I want to ask you, so I thought this topic should be sensitized in front of all pediatricians so we can do something, or otherwise it will be continue as on. The first is then we should know what is the emotion. Sorry, sir. Yes, that's why I selected this topic. Actually, I personally told to the Dr. Munada sir also ki, sir, this topic is very close to my heart and I want to. He's asking same. Okay. It is also called the psychological vaccine. We know the vaccine against all infectious disease to prevent infectious disease, but we don't have the importance of emotional intelligence, and which helps to prevent the psychological disease. For to develop emotional intelligence, our heart and brain should work hand in hand. The concept or the first terminology of emotional intelligence has brought by Dr. Daniel Goleman. He is the famous psychologist in the US, and he brought the concept of emotional intelligence in the practice, and he wrote a book which is emotional intelligence, why it can be matter more than IQ, and it got that is a very big popularity. According to him, for a success 20% of IQ and 80% of EQ is necessary. What are the basic 5 components of emotional intelligence? The first is self-awareness, because most of the children or the parents, or as being a doctors, we are not aware about our emotions. We are not knowing, because so many times in the morning, in the evening, we are greeting to each other and saying, how are you? So, and the response is coming, that is, I am fine. But this is not the true response. So you should know your own emotions, you should know the cause of your emotions, then only you are able to manage in a systematic way or in a positive way. Second factor is a self-management. So many problems in the community right now which are due to which are not managing our emotions in a positive way. Third is a motivation. We should motivate ourselves either internally or by reading, by inspiring autography books, by inspiring videos, or there are so many books inspiring, so which can motivate ourselves or to the others daily. Then fourth factor is empathy. Empathy means understanding the emotions of others. And here again, this is a घर की कहानी. प्रत्येकाच्या घरी असाच एक प्रश्न आहे की बायकोला वाटते की नवरा समजूनच घेत नाही, पालकांना वाटते मुलं आपलं ऐकतच नाहीये, मुलांना असं वाटते की की आई बाबांना समजतच नाहीये. तर दिस इज द एम्पॅथी. वी आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टँड आवर इमोशन्स इन स्पाइट ऑफ स्टेइंग इन अ सेम होम. The fifth factor is a social skill. Some are lonely, but some people or some children are having a very good social skill so that they easily communicate to each other and relieve their stress. So these 5 important factors are important for our to develop the emotional intelligence. These are some motivational quotes like I can, I will, nothing is impossible in the life. Then try, you will get the success. The word impossible itself shows I am a possible. Do you know these personalities? This is BK Shivani and Gopal Das. These are the emotional motivators. I'm not telling you, but whenever you are having a time, in spite of seeing the status and all these, or in spite of wasting the time, just listen, because just listen and just tell your experience to me. Definitely you will get, and that is a benefits of this. This is a empathy. Tell your friends, tell your kid, or tell your partner, ki I am with you. Don't worry, I am with you. But we are not telling to each other. There are certain studies have showed that scientifically EQ is having a positive relationship with the family relationship. EQ is having a good relationship with that is family relationship. Again, those who are having the high EQ, they are having a good leadership. Again, high EQ is associated with the decrease in chances of anxiety and depression. High EQ can help too. Why we are behind this high EQ? It improves our academic performance, it decreases anxiety and depression, it maintains a healthy relation with family members, peer groups and the society. It leads to good decision power and increased physical and psychological well-being, and high EQ is linked to the high IQ. So many studies have proved that. What causes low EQ? The etiology, again it is important, because for every child, home is a first school. Whatever he observes in the family since his birth, how his or her parents are behaving to each other, with others or with them, they silently follow them and do the activity like that. So parents are very visible, or they are very conscious, or they should have first the high EQ. So in this conference, that is, I think the parents, we are parents as well as doctors, as a teacher, this conference helps us to increase our EQ. Lack of knowledge about the emotions, upbringing of child in a negative environment. बऱ्याच जणांना अशी सवय असते, बस तुला काही येत नाही, काही करू नको, हे तुझ्याने होत नाही. If you are giving that is persistent stimulus to the child, definitely the child's EQ has suffered. Overprotection of the child. Only right now only 1 or 2 kids are there. Mothers and fathers are very overprotective. म्हणजे काही तू करू नकोस, मी करते. म्हणजे आम्ही बऱ्याचदा बघितले, इवन स्कूलला सोडायला आले तरी छत्री घेऊन उभे राहतात, त्याची बॅग घेऊन उभे राहतात. त्यांना त्याचं ओझं वागू द्या, म्हणजे लेट हिम डू हिज और हर ओन वर्क. ओव्हर प्रोटेक्टेड चाइल्ड, देन इझी ॲक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ थिंग्स इन द लाईफ. बऱ्याच जणांना, कारण आपण जेव्हा स्कूल एजमध्ये होतो, वी आर अ मिडल क्लास. आता आपण थोडेफार आपली इकॉनॉमिक कंडिशन डॉक्टर झाल्यामुळे सुधारली आहे, आणि आपण काय करतोय की मुलाला ठीक आहे, म्हणजे मला जे मिळालं नाही ते माझ्या मुलाला मिळायला पाहिजे. So we are, if he is asking one thing, we are giving the 10 things. So he is not understanding the importance of money, importance of time, and that's why that is, he is not aware of the situation. Excessive use of social media. If you observe, you find that is 60% of kids below 5 years, they are watching the social media, and what they are watching, either they are watching the cartoons or the any that is serials. Females, most of the that is housewife, they are watching the serials. How your EQ will be improved? Because there should be a good input, then only there is a good output is there. The nuclear family. In olden days, joint families are there, someone else is at our family and he will be look after the child. आपल्याला लहानपणी असं कधीच झालं नाही की आपली आई नाराज आहे आणि आपल्याला समजलं नाही. पण right now there is both parents are working, only one kid is there and he is busy on the social media or the mobile. Some of the studies shows that the male gender is having a little bit that is low intelligence, emotional intelligence than the female. Some studies have shown that. Again, excessive use of gadget is affecting the social, emotional and the development of the children. How will we know the high IQ? लहानपणी आपण म्हण ऐकली असेल की बाळाचे पाय पाळण्यात दिसतात. Because, and if you notice, there are certain the famous personalities, if you read their autobiography, since beginning they are having good habits, like they are self-aware of their feeling, they are self-motivated, they are presently focused, they are focused, they are open-minded, they are expressive, they are a good listener. This is a very important thing, because right now we are not good listeners, and they are pause. Pause means what? There is a sudden response without understanding anything. This is that is a response. What is the difference between the reaction and the response? Right now we are reacting to each other, not responding to each other. Signs of low EQs are, just for 1 minute. There is a low self-awareness, poor coping skills, stubborn, aggressive, self-centered, lonely, depressive, not attentive, difficulty in making friends, blame others for the problem. They are anger prone, involved in the antisocial activity, and poor in the social communication. Can it is measured? Yes, it is measured. There are different scales, like IQ, it is measured. These are the 8 EQ tests. This is a very well EQ test, psychological tool test, psychic test, EQ test, and the mind tool test. How to improve? Again, I told the home is the first school of the child. So parent and the school is the second home of every child. So parents and teachers play an important role in the child's emotional development. Then there is a RAIN technique. What is this RAIN technique? This is a recognize. Second is a accept. We are not accepting. We are that is judgmental. तुला असं कसं वाटू शकतं? तुला कमी कसं मार्क पडू शकता? तू नाराजच कसा आहेस? The judgmental, that is a response we are giving. I is a investigate. If you feel the child is having low EQ signs and symptoms, investigate. And N is a non-adherence to the negative symptoms. Teach them need, want and greed. Help them to develop their emotional vocabulary. And then mindful parenting, not mindful parenting. According to Daniel Siegel, for physical health, we are using this healthy platter, but for the emotional health, there is again a healthy mind platter. There are different time slots are there, like a sleep time, physical time, focus time, that is time in, down time, and that is give time to the play, and there is a react with your friends. What are future challenges? Behavioral disorder, learning disorder, anxiety, suicidal tendency, poor academic performance and struggling for relations. Adult stress, anxiety, depression, suicidal and the divorce, and increasing number of old age homes. The percentage of divorce has increased, that is 50 to 60% right now. Take home message is, for the happy life, EQ is a way forward. Parents and teachers are having a very crucial role. Be a good listener, and EQ can improve at any age with skills. My special thanks to Dr. Shekhar Dabhadkar sir, Sandeep Kelkar sir, Abhinav Darode, that Jaya Shirvalkar madam, Shubhada Kirvalkar, Amruta Durge, and also Madhura madam, Renu madam also. Because I had gone through so many of YouTube videos and the interviews regarding this emotional quotient. And in the Thane, there is a Equipped Kids, that is a school is there by Dr. Sandeep Kelkar, and they teaches the parents, children as well as the nurses, and they are having the online courses also. Thank you.